All right, here we go. Well, I just had a major hurdle. Got over it, I believe. I'm going to check it here shortly. But I went and cut the scale. Let me show you what I did. This is what I had. That's how long extra it was. Actually, because I took the x-axis, I took the y and the z and I exchanged them. So let me show you where I'm at here. Let me move over to the mill. And this is a mess right now. But okay, so there's the, I guess this is a good update too. There's the plate mounted and trammed in. Pretty good. I mean, it's good. I feel comfortable with it. There's the reader on the back, and I'm using standoffs. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I mean, everybody else got real overcomplicated on there. I just don't think that there's a need to go crazy on it. There's play built into that, and I don't know. I'm going to go with it. See how it happens. I'm going to trim off the back. Excuse me. The only thing that I made a mistake is I think my reader wasn't up the whole way to the end. Not that it matters. I don't think it's going to matter. I haven't traveled the whole way down yet, but I mean, calculated wise, it should fit. There shouldn't be any problem. Should have actually an extra inch at the bottom. So, but here's the thing. So back to where the original reason for the video is I'm going to have to mount that Z or the Y axis right there on that plate. That was the idea. And then have it off of this part of the casting there, either off the back edge or this front edge. Haven't decided yet. So let's go back to the matter at hand, the cut. Played around with it, thought about it, watched a few videos. Some people were meticulous and took a lot of time. I think someone even used a circular or a miter saw and zapped it. I like the idea of the controlled cut with the bandsaw. And I thought, that's interesting. I mean, I guess what it does is just micro shatter the glass to get through it when you use a bandsaw blade to cut it. I don't know if it ruined the blade. I don't know. But needless to say, later in there, I did push some foam. That was a neat idea. Got from a number of people I viewed on YouTube. Take some of the packing foam and run down. Also, removed one of the, see if we can see in here. Maybe I'll hold up this one. Might be easier to see. Inside of there. Let me see. Oh yeah, there's one. See those green things? Those green tubes? Let me see if I get a focus. Yeah, there you go. I removed one of those from the end and moved it right to where the edge of the cut was going to be. And you can't see. Here, let me hold this up. You can see there's one there. You can see the end of the other one, I hope. And it's underneath that foam. So I think that there's plenty to hold that up. And it cut through the foam, cut through the glass. So it's not shattered back to where I can see, which normally they cut them back anyway. So I think I'm golden. I'm going to be very careful when I pull that out. But I just want to get that out there. Next thing, and a lot of people don't show it. Putting the screws in the end, but it looks like on mine that I don't know if it's true or not, but it looks like the holes are already there. The holes are part of the extrusion. Here, take a look. See if the corners. I think the holes are. This was see they're threaded. I don't know if you could see in there, but that's the end. So that's a part of the extrusion on this one. So I think that's ingenious, not having to drill them out. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't have a tab for that, but I know a trick you can do is take the thread, take my little Dremel maybe, and you can cut a little groove in the thread because there's probably steel screws, and just put a little groove in them, almost like a little mini tap, and then run that right down through there. And I bet it'll put the threads right back in. I mean, is it going to be yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to stand on it, but I think it's going to work. So I'll be back in a little bit with a recap on that, but I think we're closing in on it. And then it's on to the, there it is again, there's the beast. Then it's on to the x-axis, which basically looks like child's play compared to what I went through so far. So I did check it, and it looks like the scales increase. And this is one thing that no one talks about when they go to cut it off. And I guess maybe it doesn't matter, but it looks like the scales increase towards the cable end of the reader. So in my case, let me review. So on the Z, I want the cable pointing up because in my mill, I don't know if they're all this way. I mean, I use this one. I don't know about other ones. But as I turn the crank to go up, the dial on the thing increases in number, which makes sense to me, right? Because you're using it to drill into something, so you're going up, which is kind of like the drill going down or the mill going down into something, a positive number. Okay, I get that part. When you're what do they call that? Machining. There's additive machining, subtractive machining, right? Yeah. I would think in the case of if you were doing, well, I don't even know. Maybe that is the case. Okay, then the mill. I kind of was thinking that moving coming out would be positive on the knee, moving in this direction out. But I checked it, and it's actually going in is on this one. And maybe that's true of all. This is the only mill I have. Going in, and I guess that's true because on a lathe, when you go, the saddle goes in, or the cross slide goes in, equivalent to the saddle on a mill, it's a positive number. So that does make sense. So in that case, the reader points back. But I've seen a number of people with these installed, they have the reader cable to the front. So I don't know if there's a way you can tell the DRO to say, hey, I put mine on backwards, flip the number, or they just prefer it that way. Don't know. But we're going to find out here, and I'm hoping I do, the X should be easy because if you put it on the wrong way, you flip it. Because they are, they work both ways. Now, what I did here, just real quick on this one, mounted the reader. Now, there's threads in that reader, they're metric, but I went through the largest screw I could use that fit decently was a number 8. So I went through with the number 8, I measured how thick I needed a standoff in the back, and then I put threads in the plate and tighten them up. And it looks good. It looks lined up and everything. I'm going off a machine surface on the mill, as you can see. I just can't see why that wouldn't be right on the money. I know I gotta do the, center it, align it vertical or this way. What you can see is the only way you can really change it is that adjustment right there, in and out. I have to do that yet, and so now that I'm thinking about that, I don't know why did I not do that first, because I put holes in there. So, well, there you go. I think I got an issue. But you know what I could do? I could come up with something. Yeah, I think I know what I have to do. Yep, that was a mistake. I jumped ahead on myself. Oh well, I'll pick that up on the next issue here. Catch you later.